Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to say thank you guys for all the love support that I get on this channel. I really appreciate it. The channel just actually hit 300 subscribers and I'm really excited and really happy about that. And I have all of you guys to thank. I wouldn't be here without any of you guys. Let's continue to grow this channel. So if you are a newcomer or if you're a new viewer, this is a channel about sports. I talk about basketball, sometimes football here and there. But yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and help grow this channel. Aside from that, let's jump into this video. So I'm Emmanuel Camia and this is League Talk. And today I wanted to talk about this weekend or the past 3 days that just happened. So this past Sunday, us fans, the NBA fans, we were given a treat. We were given a treat, and a treat was that the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets actually played this Sunday and they battled it out and it did not disappoint, right? As you all know, these two teams are the top three teams in the East and are likely to meet in the playoffs at some point. So naturally, I was intrigued and I wanted to see what I can take away from them meeting, with the playoffs just being around the corner on May 22nd. I wanted to see who would edge out who in a battle, so this game did not disappoint. So Sunday night, Kevin Durant and Giannis battled it out. Kevin Durant had 42 points, but Giannis had 49 points and walked away with a win. And Chris Middleton had 6 assists and 11 rebounds. And this game gave me a few takeaways. It gave me a few takeaways, but I didn't want to make a video on that because I knew we were gonna get more. And luckily yesterday, Tuesday, we got more. We got a rematch and the Nets and the Bucks played again. But before I go into this any further, I just want to let you know that James Harden was absent for both of these two games. I want to let you know. But anyways, we got a rematch and the rematch did not disappoint. But I got a few takeaways from the second game, from both games actually. The takeaway was that the Nets desperately need James Harden, right? I know that's obvious to say, but like prior to James Harden coming to the Nets, we all thought that if the Nets were to acquire James Harden through a trade, he was going to be nothing more than an expensive insurance policy or a luxury or the icing and cherry on a cake. But these two last games completely changed my mind. These two last games, you could see it clearly that the Nets desperately need James Harden and they miss him. He's a necessity for this team. These two losses though that the Nets gave up to the Bucks though cost them the season series. So they lost 2 of 3 to the Bucks, and now the Bucks hold the tiebreaker, which is crucial because the playoffs are just around the corner, guys. The playoffs are May 22nd. So, and there's only a few games to go. And the teams in the East, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee are neck and neck for those top spots. The Brooklyn Nets are second in the East. They just lost that first spot to Philadelphia, and not far behind them is the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 3.5 games behind them, and it is neck and neck, right? And this matters because now Milwaukee has the tiebreaker over Brooklyn. So if Brooklyn and Milwaukee have the same record by the time the playoffs start, Milwaukee will have that home court advantage and they will be placed higher. But yeah, no, the big takeaway I thought away from these two games was the Nets desperately missed James Harden's playmaking ability and his ability to distribute the ball and his ability to get everybody involved. I've said it before, James Harden and Kevin Durant can win the East. I don't think they can win the championship, but they can win the East, right? But Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving cannot win the East. They cannot come out of the East. If the Nets were just the team that was at the beginning of the season, the initial Nets who just had Kevin and Kyrie, if that was the team that was going to be going into the playoffs, I don't think they would have been able to beat Milwaukee or Philadelphia. I don't think so. I think the Nets are only a favorite because they gained James Harden. right? But like I said, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant cannot win together. They cannot win the East together. And I have a big enough sample size to prove it. So in January, the Nets and the Bucks played, and the Nets came out and they won. And Kevin and James played together and Kyrie did not play, right? James had 38 points, Kevin had 34 points, right? And they won. But this last game, right? Kevin had 32 points and Kyrie had 38 points, but they still lost. What does that tell you? That tells you that even though they lost 2 times, mind you, even though Kyrie and KD can put up these massive points, they can put up, because KD had 42 the first game and Kyrie had 20 the first game, right? Even though they can put up these massive points and they can score because they are stars and they are scorers, they lack that ability to get the team involved, the ability to get everybody involved, to distribute the ball, to make life easier for other players. And that's what James Harden does. James Harden's an underrated point guard, right? He's an underrated point guard who can also score too. So it shows you that even though Kyrie and Kevin can score, that's not good enough. That's not good enough to get you to win these crucial games like a Milwaukee, or, you know, because you're gonna need guys in a series against Milwaukee. You're gonna need guys other than KD and Kyrie, right? So it shows you that they're missing James Harden's ability to create shots for other players and distribute the ball and just his passing prowess, and they really miss that. And in the playoffs, you need that in order to go far, in order to go deep into the playoffs. But another takeaway I had from this meeting is that the Milwaukee Bucks are way better than I thought, right? Because at the beginning of the season, I made a video called "The Bucks Are an Empty Hype Job," and I have to give credit where credit is due. The Milwaukee Bucks are way better than I thought. Chris Middleton actually surprised me, and he was actually really good for these 2 stretches of games. The Bucks have been way better ever since they picked up PJ Tucker. I don't know if it's because of his defensive prowess, but they look like an actual good team. I think this Bucks team right now would have beaten the initial Nets team if it was just Kyrie and KD. In a playoff series, I think this Bucks team would have beaten the initial Nets team. But luckily, the Nets got James Harden. But yeah, those were my takeaways from it. Bucks are better. The Nets desperately need James Harden. Those were my 2 takeaways. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks upset somebody. Philadelphia or Brooklyn, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I would not be surprised if that happened. They are a good team, and yeah, those were just my takeaways, and those were just my thoughts on these 2 games. But aside from that, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, help us grow this channel. 400 is the next milestone. If you want to be a part of this, if you want to help grow this channel, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, if you have an idea for a video, put it down in the comments down below. I'll get to it. And aside from that, I'll see you guys.